I say it's because it didn't exist yet, you know, being a content creator didn't exist at the time.
That's very true.
Yeah.
At that time when we were growing up,
yes,
we didn't even know that there was something called influencing.
Exactly. So it found me. I started off first as a makeup artist, and then I was a makeup artist. I worked as a makeup artist for a year. And
you do your makeup yourself today?
Yes, I did.
Oh my God, gorgeous.
Thank you.
Another skill that we didn't know about. Multi-talented.
Yeah, so then I started uploading those videos on YouTube, and then that's how everything started off.
That's amazing. Because I remember I first discovered your YouTube channel, and I think you were one of the first YouTubers. Like, I feel like back in the day, actually, let me rephrase that. One of the first YouTubers to gain mass popularity, because everybody was trying to be a YouTuber. Everyone was uploading vlogs and videos of themselves doing different things. But then I feel like your page has got so much traction. And did you ever see that coming? Did you ever think when you uploaded those videos that, okay, I'm going to be famous one day?
No, definitely. I didn't even know people were making money from those videos when I first started out.
Really?
Yeah, so it started out as something that I was genuinely enjoying to do, because naturally I'd do my makeup in my bedroom for fun. So I thought, why not record it and keep on uploading for other people to learn from? So then, yeah, I never thought I'd get famous from it.
Let's talk about your first video that went viral, okay? What was it about, and you know, how long did you take to realize that, okay, wait, this is viral, this has happened? So how did that blow up?
It's actually funny because the videos that you least expect are the ones that go viral, and my first one was a headscarf tying video. Like literally one scarf 4 ways. That's the title of the video on YouTube. It's not even long, it's like 5 minutes, and up until now you have even sellers on Amazon using images from that video to sell their headscarves. So amazing. It's crazy. Yeah.
How many views does it have?
Over 1 million by now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it is. So then, from then is when I guess I just kept going, because I thought, you know, this is something that people really do want to see. Yeah, so it was really good motivation.
Oh, that must be such a good feeling though, to like go onto your YouTube videos and see 1 million views.
It is.
Does it pay well? Does YouTube pay well?
Our CPM is cost per mile. It's not as good as it is for, let's say, the US, but then the guys on YouTube say that it's coming up. Yeah.
So there is still potential to get more.
Yes.
Amazing. And then Wabosha, let's talk about how you've built a brand. Okay, so you started off on YouTube, and then you went on to Instagram, and I remember like people were just sharing your videos, and people were really enjoying the content that you're putting out on Instagram as well. And then I guess brands started approaching you, and you started influencing, officially marketing for brands. So how did that happen? Do you remember the first time a brand called you? What was that experience like? Take us back.
The first time a brand reached out, it was actually a makeup brand. Just a shop on Instagram, and they were just offering me makeup to give them a shout out on my YouTube channel. And I remember I was so excited. I was like I went to my dad and I was like, Dad, they're sending me makeup, hear this, and all I have to do is use it online. And to me it was crazy.
It was mind-blowing.
Yeah, it was crazy. I didn't even think of it that, you know, it's a way of advertising for them.
And what year was this?
This was like 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is why I said that you've been one of the OG content creators on YouTube.
Yeah, it was around 2016.
Okay.
Then later on, going to now brand events, when the brand started noticing me, is when now I met the real OGs. You know, like This Is Us, Nancy Moy, Joy Candy, and they're the ones where, like, you know, people charge for these things, and slowly that's how you start learning how to put together a rate card and to be able to charge brands for these advertising opportunities.
That's amazing. And I remember, I mean, tell us when you got your first paycheck. What was your reaction to you know, sometimes you don't think that it's this big world, especially influencing when you first start. As you said, you don't know that people actually get paid for it, right? Until you meet other influencers and other content creators and you have conversations. That's when it's quite an eye-opener for you, especially for somebody who's just starting off and you're just setting your foot in this big industry. So how was that feeling when you officially got your first check? As you said, you went to talk to your dad and you asked him and you told him, look, Dad, I'm getting this. So what was his reaction? Like, wow, my daughter's getting paid through this.
My first payment was probably actually from YouTube themselves. Just the AdSense money that comes in from uploading the videos. It wasn't much. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but I promise you it probably was like not more than even 2,000, 3,000 Kenyan shillings. And I was still very much excited because, you know, at the time, I didn't have a lot of makeup, and 2,000, 3,000 is enough to go out and buy something to use. So yeah, it was really exciting.
That's great. Okay, well, Wabosha, tell us how you branched into entrepreneurship and how you actually ended up, you know, going into business. Because I feel like so many influencers, including myself, you know, when you are out here marketing for others, you're building others' brands. And then you forget to build your own brand. So when did you realize, okay, look, I need to build something of my own? And how did that process happen? And take us through that journey.
Okay, so the first business I opened was called Bosch Drip. This was in 2020. So the funny part is that Safiri, which is what I run now.
So wait, hold on there. You opened a business during COVID?
That's
crazy.
It is, and actually it's because Safiri was supposed to come first, not Bosch Drip. But then COVID hits, and
no one was
like,
traveling.
Who is traveling? Who is going to, you know, buy all of these things? But I already had that psych, already had that drive for opening something. So I was like, you know what, switch up and do something different. So that's when I started Bosch Drip. Bosch Drip, we were selling basically women's accessories, swimwear, still bags as well, but everything was imported. Now, as COVID, you know, started getting a bit easier, that's when I switched back and started working on Safiri again. Safiri still took a lot of time to launch because we only launched towards the end of last year, because the bags are all made in Kenya. They're all, you know, designed by me. So yeah.
They're all designed by you?
Yeah, they are.
That's incredible. I did not know that.
Yeah, I design them and I try to make it's essentially so that travel can be really simple and efficient. So I try to use like my experience traveling to be able to make the bags fit, you know, everyone, and be able to fit all the needs for a traveler.
I love that. I love that you actually actively took out of your busy schedule and whatever you were doing to like design the bags. Has this always been a passion of yours?
Designing, not really. Traveling, that's where the real passion is. Did you ever think that maybe I want to get into travel content creation or travel influencing? Actually, yeah, there was a time that was majorly my content. So if you go like on my YouTube channel, I have so many travel vlogs, travel tips that I give out on there. So yeah, travel vlogging is definitely something that I truly love. It's still one of the points of my influencing. It's just that now, with the business, you have to slow down a bit with the traveling. You need to be there so that the business can work properly. Okay,
so Wabosha, you have a business, you own a business. I want to know, when you initially took those steps to becoming an entrepreneur, how did you manage to, like, I guess, put out a business plan? You know, do you have a team of people that you work with? How exactly was that particular process of launching? And before launching, I'm sure there's a lot of hard work that went into building this brand. And maybe you can give us an insight on how it is to actually open your own brand or open something of your own and build a brand that is Wabosha's.
Luckily, we live in an era where everything is available online. Literally, free of charge. All you need to do is have internet. So what I did is I just went online and I looked for courses as well, and I just took the courses and learned online.
Really? That's amazing. And you know, these skills, I feel you need to be very gutsy. You need to have a lot of strength to take risks, because not everyone would take that initial leap of faith to be able to open an entire business at such a young age. So is there someone that inspired you, or where did you get that inspiration coming in from?
Yeah, like you said, I'm young. This is the time that I can make these mistakes. The time even financially I have the space to make these mistakes. So when I have an idea, I just go for it, because in a couple of years, who knows, I may not be able to, risk as much.
Yeah, it's actually really nice that you said that, because a lot of times influencers, content creators, just people in the digital space, I feel like we're so afraid to just do it. We spend so much time thinking about doing it, then we don't end up doing it, and then someone else takes the idea. So it happened to me personally as well. I've been thinking of something, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this in this year, and then the next thing I know, someone else is doing it.
Yeah, actually it's true, because we all have the same ideas. There's no idea you come up with that is uniquely yours.
Yes.
So immediately you think of something, I normally say, go ahead, record it, go ahead, jump and do it
before someone else does.
Yeah, as quick as you can.
Yeah. And now, are you still very active on YouTube?
On YouTube, not very much. I think right now I'm more in love with short form content, so more of reels on Instagram and a bit of TikTok as well.
Okay, so take us through a day in the life of Wabosha. From the time you wake up, what is your routine like? Because I know you're doing so many different things. As I said, there's a podcast involved. You are an entrepreneur now. You are doing content for different brands. So how do you manage to balance everything?
So my days are actually pretty varied.
Okay.
I literally have a day for each of the things that I do. So I'm not sure a day as who exactly.
So you kind of balance your week in a way that you're giving time to each and every different thing.
Yes. So there's a day I'm filming for Instagram and YouTube or TikTok, and there's another day where I have to check on the store. Those days are more, obviously. And then also there's a day where I'm a podcast host. Yeah.
That's amazing. And Wabosha, when you first started your business, I want to know what exactly you did so that you were able to actually finance this particular business. Because sometimes I think people don't realize, but just opening something of your own, be it a store, be it an online store, anything, it requires a lot of financing. It requires you to actually dig deep into your pockets. So how did you make that happen? How many years did you save for before you officially opened your brands?
Okay, now thankfully from a very young age, the culture of saving has really been instilled in me.
Really? You're not those impulse buyers where you go to a mall and buy everything that you see?
No, I will impulse buy, but I'm also really good when it comes to saving, and it's from
such a good tip.
Very young age. So I remember even when I was younger, my dad used to tell me, because I used to ask, what's the purpose of saving? And he'd be like, okay, you save because one day you'll really want to do something, and then that's when that money comes into play.
That's very smart.
Yeah, so then years later, when I wanted to start something, truly the money did come into play.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Wabosha, who do you look up to? Who is some inspiration, inspirational women especially, that you would actually learn something from, women who are your role models? It's always nice to discuss these things, because I feel like someone who's watching could possibly listen to this and then go back and, on Instagram or YouTube or Google, just search them up, and who knows who you can inspire.
Yeah, I love Lily Singh.
Yeah.
She is...
Oh, I love Lily Singh too.
Yeah, I love her so much. She's a YouTuber. I used to watch her before I started my YouTube channel.
And look at where she is now.
The Daily Show. She has her own show, a late night with Lily. Exactly. So I'm like, it looks like also a bit of the path where it seems like I might be headed to. So yeah, I really do look up to her.
Yeah, that's amazing. And when we talk about Wabosha right now, okay, so you've got a podcast, you've got YouTube, you've got Instagram content that you do for brands, you've got Safiri. What next? I'm sure you have a game plan already.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you're a planner. You like to plan, right?
I do. I'm like an impulsive planner. Definitely, I'd love to see Safiri selling, throughout Africa and the world.
Become a Pan-African brand.
Yes, I'd love to see that. When it comes to content, I'm actually not sure where I'd like to see my content, but then my podcast, for a fact, I'd love to hear it. Now we're on radio as well, so you can catch the podcast on...
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, on radio. So I think for me right now, that is the most interesting thing, because it's the baby right now. It has the most potential for growth. So yeah. I can't wait to see where that goes.
Yeah, we wish you all the very best, and we hope you continue to shine and just basically spread your wings.
Thank you so much.
Because that's, I feel like, that's something that we are very passionate about, just branching out and not limiting ourselves to one thing and one revenue stream. It's always important to branch out and have multiple revenue streams coming in. Now, Wabosha, let's talk about life in general. Life has ups, life has downs, and at times things are thrown at us which are very unpredictable, certain circumstances that life puts you at. Would you remember any point in your life where you actually thought to yourself, you're like, this is too much, I cannot do this anymore, and you actually felt like this isn't the path that you want to continue on?
Yeah. Oh, I actually remember it was a couple of years back.
Okay.
I got a very mean comment. Right now, when you ask me, I don't remember even what the comment was.
Yeah.
But at the time, I remember I felt so bad. And it was during Vlogmas. Vlogmas, when you vlog every single day in December.
Okay.
So that means from December 1st to December 25th.
Wow, and you actually managed to keep that going.
Yeah, so as you can imagine, it's pretty taxing.
Yes,
it's very, very hard.
It is.
So in the middle of Vlogmas to get, someone being really mean in the comments, I was like, nah, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not, going to keep on uploading these videos because I'm trying so hard. I'm editing every single night so that the video can go up the next day.
It's a lot of hard work.
Yeah, and I remember I actually probably didn't film for a while, for a couple of months, and then I was like, okay, you know what, this one person can't be the reason that I stopped YouTube. So yeah, that is the one time in content that I can really remember kicked me down.
It's very interesting that you said that, because sometimes people don't see the power that they have in just one comment.
Yeah.
People on social media, I feel like have really taken freedom of expression and freedom of speech to a whole new level, because now anyone can say anything and feel absolutely nothing.
That's true.
With regards to how the person who's receiving these comments is taking it, right?
True.
They don't care. They're not very wary of this person's feelings. And I feel like that's this world that we're living in, the digital age. Do such comments still affect you?
Not as much. I mean, at the end of the day, I still am human, and so one here or there can sting, but otherwise I think I've grown really thick skin from this. And at the end of the day, you realize sometimes people don't realize that it's an actual human being on the other side.
Absolutely. They think that I don't know what we are.
Yeah, because like there's one time I confronted one person and they're actually like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I didn't think you read these. I was just having a really bad day, and I was like, okay.
So they're channeling their anger and they're venting through you.
Exactly. So I think people just need to realize that we are actual humans on the other side of the screen.
100%. Wabosha, let's talk about mental health. I'm sure you also have phases and bouts in your life where you actually feel exhausted. Burnout is so normal, and it happens to the best of us. How do you deal with such situations where you're feeling extremely tired, fatigued, and burnt out? How do you lift yourself up? Or even a creative block, how exactly do you get past such a situation?
I've learned to be really graceful with myself, so I give myself time and space to feel everything that is happening, take a step back from the work a bit. Actually, I was feeling that way this Wednesday, where I felt like I was so overwhelmed and there was so many things to get done. And I ride, I'm a horse rider, so I was able...
Wait, what? That's so cool. Yes. When did you start?
I first started when I was around class 4.
Okay, so you've been doing it for quite some time now.
Yeah, it's something that I've been doing for a while. I love it very much. It's like my escape. So I find that it helps to have a hobby, something like that. So for me, when I feel a bit overwhelmed, I just take a break and go and chill with the horses.
That's so different. You're very different. I mean, I've met so many content creators, I've met so many influencers, but I don't know, like there's just something about you that's so special, and which is probably why people actually love you this much, and everything that you do. I feel like everything that you do everything that you touch turns into gold. Has someone else told you that?
You're the first one, but I appreciate it.
Yeah. So thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you for having
just
me.
before we wrap up, I'd also like to ask you to talk to women and girls who are watching and just your fans in general. What would you like to tell them? Any words of advice? Anything that you'd like to give out to encourage people who are watching who also want to go on the path that you've taken?
I think the easiest thing to say would be how I end all my videos, which is always remember to work hard, have good intentions, and trust your journey in life.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Right? And okay, since we've already asked you where your journey is taking you in the sense, content-wise and all these things, maybe one day we'll see you as the CEO of a big company. Right? Is that something that's in the works?
Maybe my own will be the
own.
big company.
Yeah.
Safiri will be the big company.
Okay, I love that. We love to hear that. Wabosha, we haven't asked you though your relationship status. Are you single? You're a beautiful girl. I'm sure there's men out there who are watching who want to know.
I am.
You are? You're single?
Yeah.
Okay. Men, if you're watching, this is your chance. Shoot your shot. See, Koljax is smiling. I can see his 32 teeth. That's our DJ, by the way. And he's smiling really hard right now. Let's see what he does after the show is over, if he actually shoots his shot. But thank you so much for coming. Honestly, I had a fantastic time and I really enjoyed this conversation. And I just wish you all the very best for your future. Keep shining, keep dreaming big, and keep making all your dreams come to reality.
Thank you.
You are awesome.
Thank you so much.
So if you don't follow her yet, I really think that you should. Your Instagram is at Wabosha Maxine.
Yes.
And YouTube?
Wabosha Maxine.
Okay.
It's Wabosha Maxine across all platforms.
And what about Safiri? At Safiri?
Yes, at Safiri. Safiri with a double I and underscore at the end.
Okay.
Yes.
And is Wabosha Drip? Is it still ongoing?
No, it's not.
No. Okay, not anymore.
Maybe the podcast, A Letter to My Younger Self.
Oh yes, I was just going to ask. A letter to?
My Younger Self.
My Younger Self, which I've been on, by the way. So once the episode airs, go and check that out as well. I'm sure you'll find it.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you.
You know what? I think Koljax will probably play you one of your favorite songs. What's your favorite song? All-time favorite. Maybe you can give us two. If you can't think of one.
I can give you one. Beyonce, Love on Top.
Love on Top?
Yes.
That's okay. Koljax, Beyonce, Love on Top. He's already searching. Thank you so much once again, Wabosha. I hope you enjoyed this interview. I hope you've learned a thing or two from the dynamic Wabosha and how she's managed to, stay in this industry and very strong for the last 7 years per se, and how she's branched out to doing so many different things.